To set up your ALOE Back to School software, you'll start by creating a student. To do this, click the blue Create button at the top of your screen. For the project, you'll select Back to School Student Record, and for the issue type, you'll select Student. The summary is the student's name. You'll also add the student's email, as well as the parent contact name and the parent email address for this student. ALOE's automatic email alerts will be sent to these email addresses to remind of homework, deadlines, and other due dates. One note regarding the student email. Some school email addresses have strong spam filters that prohibit mail from outside email addresses. If you want your student to be alerted to their homework deadlines, you may want to add a different email address for them. Once you've input all the required information, click Create and replicate this process for every student you add. Next, you'll add each subject. Select the Back to School project and the issue type Subject. The summary is the course name. Then add the appropriate student to the student field, input the teacher name, and add the start and end times for the class. You can mark the date as the first day of school and then add the class times at the bottom of the calendar window. You can also edit these in the field once it's been selected. Add any information to this description that you might want to use to give an overview of the class, and you're also able to attach the syllabus or other related documents if you like. When you're done, click Create and do this for every class your student is in. From the board view, you can click into the class itself, and if needed, you can make edits by selecting the Edit button at the top left of the screen. Simply make the changes you need should the time or teacher change. And when you're done, click Update. Now you can add assignments to each class. Select the class you will add an assignment to, open the subject, and then click More and select Subtask. From the Issue Type drop-down, select the type of assignment. You can utilize as many or as few options as make sense for your students. The variety is there to make life easier for you. Mark the due date, and if you would like to start work in advance, mark a start date on which you'd like to receive an alert about the task. If there is a link to an online assignment like Google Classroom, you can add this to the ticket for easy access from your email notifications. Add any further instructions you like in the description and upload documents and resources if you have them. Then click Create. You will do this for every assignment and can add more assignments at any time as your students' schedules develop. Now that you've created your students' courses and assignments, it's time to set up your board view. The board shows you where homework is in the flow, to do, submitted, and graded, so you know if you're waiting on something. You'll be prompted to move tickets through this process through email alerts, but you can also make updates and check progress on the board. You have several options for viewing the board. In this example, we have a homework and activities row for each student, as well as a subject row for each student. To set up this board, go to Board at the top right of your screen and select Configure. On the left column, you'll see the swim lanes. This is what creates the horizontal rows. There is a drop-down that asks you to select what to base the swim lane on, and you'll select Query. You will set the query so that only the items that meet the criteria are shown in that row. Here we have examples of what a homework query will look like, as well as a subject query. You can copy these from the video. The only thing you will need to change is the number related to the SR. This is your student record number, and if you have multiple students, you'll need to associate the student record to the query. To find the student record number, you can search the student name in your system and open the ticket. At the top, you will see the student record number. This will be the number input in your query. Now that you've set up your swim lanes, you may want to create quick links to easily filter your view for each student. To do this, go to the board drop-down again and click Configure. On the left, select Quick Filters and copy these items, doing the same work to find the student record. Once you've named the filter and added the query, click Add. Now it's time to create reports to show on your dashboard so you can get a quick view of your students' work when you log in. The first step is to search for issues. From any page in ALOE, click on Issues from the drop-down and select More. You will see two sample searches, one for activities and one for subjects. Open either of them to start and click Save As. Add the name of your student and the filter type. Do the same for the other filter. Then, in each filter, you will want to update the student record number to match the student, finding it just as you found this number for your boards. Then click Save. Once you've made your filters, you'll want to add some reports to your dashboard. Start by getting to your dashboard by going to the Dashboards and selecting Back to School. Then click the Add Gadget button. You'll be prompted to load all gadgets. Once they've loaded, search for filter results and add 2 of them to get started. Also search for the calendar gadget and add that as well. We will go over the calendar additions in a moment, but you can drag and drop these wherever you like. For this filter results gadget, we will select a saved filter, then change the fields we want to display. You may want the start and end fields to show when the class begins and ends, as well as the duration. You can drag and drop these fields as needed and remove those you don't want. Once this looks how you want it, click Save. We'll also add the activities filter for this student and select the fields we want to see. You may want to add due dates, start dates, or other fields as well. Now you've reached the final point of setting up your ALOE instance. the calendar. We'll start by going to the Calendar tab in your ALOE ribbon. To add a new student, click Add Calendar and select Create. Choose a color for this student and add the student name. Then select Filter and use the Student Activities filter you created. Add start and end times, and then add which fields you want to see in the calendar view. There are two field sections because these fields are separated on different lines. Feel free to copy what you see on the video. Once you've added the fields you want, click Create. To add the student calendars to your dashboard gadget, go to the gadget on the dashboard, click the three dots in the upper right corner and click Edit. Then add the calendars you just created and click Save. And you've now set up your ALOE Back to School board.